It is a complete disaster. It is a complete disaster for Israel. They are trapped. They are trapped inside Gaza. What is happening? This is what I want to talk to you more in details. Plus, I want to share with you some other news at the same time. But this is going to be a disaster for Israel. They miscalculated everything. In fact, now they are talking about a negotiation, even though the mainstream media will not tell you. But I can tell you here right now that they are now begging for a negotiation, for a ceasefire. They're now groveling to Qatar, countries like Turkey and many other Middle Eastern countries, asking, begging them, can we please have a ceasefire? Because things are looking absolutely disastrous for this Zionist regime. But before I tell you more in details of what is happening, I want to show you a few things beforehand so that you know what is happening in the world of politics. So this is the first video where you will see that she is protesting.
Must work hand in.
She is protesting Anthony Blinken's speech. He is giving a testimony at the Senate, and the woman right behind him is asking for a ceasefire and stop funding this war. United States, with all of this high tech under their fingertips, they can easily control all of these tech giants. Nevertheless, failed miserably in terms of the PR campaign. They failed miserably. When I say that this idea of this organization, this terrorist organization, they're trapped in Gaza, I want you to take a look at this video where you can see something absolutely shocking. These are tanks of Israeli soldiers, of Israeli forces, and as they are approaching, you will see how they are being destroyed. So again, take a look. This is the tank, and the footage you are seeing was taken from a drone used by Hamas. Subhanallah, like this is something they have never expected Hamas to be so powerful. And yet Hamas is so powerful, right? And in fact, there is one report that said that Hamas has enough weaponry and Hezbollah to destroy half of Israel. And this is exactly what is happening right now. I want you to take a look at this news article where you see that Saudi Arabia, they warned Israeli invasion of Gaza could be catastrophic. That's what they said, right? And we have seen how Bin Salman, he was saying, I'm not going to be meeting Anthony Blinken. In fact, he made him wait for a very, very long time when Anthony Blinken visited Saudi Arabia to talk to MBS about the situation in Gaza. MBS made him wait. Okay, you remember that, right? But what is happening now is going to be very, very upsetting. So take a look at this photo here. Saudi Arabia to go ahead with Shakira concert scheduled to begin today. So one hand, Saudi Arabia is worried, right? At least that's what they're telling the whole world, that we're worried. Israel, this is going to be catastrophic, and MBS made Anthony Blinken wait because he's so upset with him. On the other hand, you have this kind of news where they are going to be having a lot of fun dancing and singing, and Shakira will do that right in Riyadh. Basically, the news said that the General Entertainment Authority in Saudi Arabia, headed by Turkey Al-Sheikh, announced that the international artist Shakira will be the star of the opening ceremony of the Riyadh season. So again, this is going to go ahead, and I believe this is something very, very upsetting to a lot of us. I mean, of course, I am very, very upset. Now, there is another news. We do not know the purpose of this group, this organization. So which group am I talking about? Let me explain first. This group has been very, very active. They're engaged in warfare for a very long time in Yemen and other part of the region. And now looks like they are taking this whole thing very, very seriously. And in fact, they have actually launched an attack. They declared war on Israel and launched attack from the south of Israel, and from the north, Lebanon, Hezbollah is launching attack. So when I said in the beginning of this video that Israel is trapped from all sides, this is exactly what I mean. Take a look at this report.
A full-blown attack on Israel, a move which formally declares war on another front. The Yemeni group claimed to have launched a large number of ballistic missiles and drones towards Israel, as the latter continues to escalate the attack on Gaza. In a televised statement, the Houthi group's military spokesperson Yahya Sarria said that the operation was a third targeting of Israel, with more to come.
And we know the rest of the story, that they are now engaged in this warfare 100%. They have launched ballistic missiles drone at Israel. In fact, their drones are very, very powerful, to the point where we have seen Saudi Aramco oil refinery, they were hit by these drones coming from Houthi, from Yemen. And those petroleum, those factories, they are being protected by US technology. And even after that, these Yemeni Houthis, they were able to target those oil refineries, those factories. Can you imagine how much damage they can cause to Israel? When US could not stop them, what Israel can do? Especially when Allah is, with the Muslims, and they are oppressing the Muslims, and the Muslims are making dua. So Houthi, even though we don't agree with them because they're Shia, nevertheless, I think that they will most likely be hitting really hard at Israeli targets. There is no doubt about that. Guys, this situation is escalating. There is one report actually that said that the escalation is so much so that since Houthi, they have gotten involved in this war, it is going to be a matter of time before Iran is directly involved. Obviously, right now, Iran is involved in this warfare through the proxies. Mind you, though, that this Iranian regime, Ibrahim Raisi, led by Ibrahim Raisi, they do not have any control over Houthis or Hezbollah. Remember that. They are independent entities. But of course, they have the backup of Iran. Iran is now heavily involved in this. They are targeting anything possible coming from US or Israel. There is one report. Now, this is where things get very, very interesting. There's one report, and I mentioned this report yesterday. You ready? This report suggests that Iran has already sent its aircrafts, fighter jets, to help these proxies or fight themselves directly with Israel. The reason for that is because Israeli sources, they have quoted actually from the Ministry of Defense, I think, that they have actually tracked down one aircraft coming towards Israel over the sea. In other words, they did not know what it was, and then they had to shoot it down. And then later on, they found out this was an aircraft. And when we say Iran launched those aircraft attack directly on Israel, this is what we mean. I have some comments here. Thank you for joining this session. If you have any comment, leave a comment in the